Okay. Hello and good morning. My name is Sean Bhakta from South Florida, and today with me is Raja Tayeb from Queens, New York. Raja, so tell me a little bit about your market in New York. Let's start with the COVID situation. How is everything going? How are the people taking it?
Good, brother. First of all, thank you so much for bringing me on your show. Really excited to share some insights on what's happening in New York City. My name is Raja Tayeb, broker owner of Fit Realty Services. We have the five boroughs and Nassau. We specialize in Queens County, which is basically a county right off Manhattan, right? When you say New York City, everybody knows Manhattan, the beautiful island. So we are right in Queens, which is right off Manhattan. So we handle Queens, and we had to tap into a Nassau market in the last couple of years because of obviously Queens getting super fit realty services. We had, I hear myself. You good? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Expensive, and then of course people looking for more space. But to answer your question, Sean, COVID, obviously, we in Queens, we were one of the epicenters. We got hit very, very bad in March. Our Governor Cuomo, really stepped it up, took care of it, and now the numbers are down. I mean, we see a second wave. We see the numbers increasing like in the whole country, but not that bad like, you guys in Florida, California, or Texas. So, of course, things have changed big time, right? It had altered a way of we doing a business. I believe personally it really moved us 5 to 10 years ahead of time, right? People didn't want to do Zooming in the past. People wanted to do things in person. Now everybody's open-minded to just hop on a call like this, right? So it saves time for everybody. It's safe. It's convenient, right? It's instant. So in terms of moving forward, we're very excited what's happening in our market, right? We kind of feel bad because a lot of the small businesses, they're really hurting. We see a lot of businesses shutting down, moms and pop shops, not really making it. And, we've never been busier in terms of real estate. I mean, it's incredible what a combination of lower interest rates, right? And people want to get out of the city had created in our market. I've never been busier in the last 16 years.
Oh.
Pretty amazing. In Florida.
Yeah, I believe it's a time to adapt. It's a time to change, or it's time to innovate. I heard a story about one of the restaurant in New York. They just opened like in January, and then this COVID hit within a couple of months. What they did, they had all the server of the restaurant. They say, now next few months you're not serving because nobody coming. So what you're doing, you packing the food and delivering, and they're doing that, and they are doing very, very good. So in any business, I believe is the time to innovate, time to adapt the new things. So
yeah, we see a lot of these, and it looks beautiful. Like when you drive through New York City now, you see all these, curbsides, outdoor sittings, right? Difficult for us to find parking, but it looks gorgeous, right? You got these outside sitting gardens, because we have a lot of restaurants, right? So a lot of people pivoted, but I have a lot of clients, they didn't even open, right? So it really depends what part of the city you're in. If you're in a commercial office district and the office spaces are dead, there's no reason for you to open up because there's nobody coming, right?
Exactly.
A lot of our clients, they didn't even open since March. They still closed, and they're just waiting to see after the election what's going to be their next move. And, some of the homeowners, they're obviously in the neighborhoods, they are still alive, right? There's still some energy going. Then they had to adapt. Great point.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about real estate a little bit. So in South Florida, the same thing, the market, especially when you see the prices in affordable price range, say $400,000, 300 or below 500, the market is super hot because that market is backed by the rental market, and the rent is high. You rent something decent, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, for example, like 1,800 square feet home, they're going $2,500 a month rent. So when someone buying a $400,000 property with the interest rate below 3% right now, they're actually really getting locking down the monthly payment for 30 years. So it's way better than the renting. So
It
that
makes,
market is super hot. What about you?
so it makes sense. So basically, what you're saying, instead of paying somebody else mortgage, you might as well pay your own mortgage. So the sweet spot for you guys under $500,000.
Yes, that's the sweet spot. It's on fire right now, and people are buying. It's moving a lot.
I think the interest rates, that was a game changer, right? Not only a lot of people could refinance the properties. I had clients saving 500, 600, even $700 a month. That helps. That helps today, right? So obviously the low interest rates, I mean, historical low interest rate. I've never seen rates below 3. I mean, we've done deals at 15, years term, 2.25, right? 30 years, 2.75. Insane. So pretty much the same thing over here, right? The sweet spot in Queens right now, it's much higher. I actually had prepared a couple of slides I'll share with you guys later, but the trend right now, what I see is, the city is slowing down a bit. If you're not in the sweet spot, which is right now about $700,000 to $750,000 for a single family, people rather go out to the island, right? Island meaning Queens, they're moving into the suburban part, right? Which is good 45 minutes drive, right?
Okay.
But it's so much more for your money, right? So people are looking for that extra bedroom to have that office space. People are looking for the bigger backyard. People are looking for more space. Now, most of the people, they don't have to commute 5 days a week, right? It always used to be a dilemma, do I really want to go through the commute of 1 hour going, 1 hour coming back from the office? Now, a lot of these big offices, I have clients, they have to commute only 2 days a week.
Yeah.
Now they think, okay, if I have to commute only 2 days a week and I can get for $200,000 less, a bedroom or two more in a better school district with a bigger backyard,
Or bigger home.
bigger home, definitely bigger home, no question asked. I can go from an attached townhouse to fully detached property with a garden, with the driveway, with the garage, with an extra room for either the in-laws or for the office. So it's no brainer. So we see a big trend of people really leaving the city. We've had buyers initially starting the search in the city, and then the COVID have changed it drastically. So a lot of people getting out of the city, and we see a drastic price appreciation out on the island already.
Right. Now, so that's what can we get in $750,000? What kind of property?
So look, can I share screen?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Let me see. Okay, share. Let me know if you see it.
Let me see.
I think you have to allow me, right?
Okay, yeah, I just shared it. Okay, good.
Perfect. Gotta give me the permission.
Yeah, it is sharing now.
Can you see it or no?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, just move up a little bit.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. So,
You can go a little up because I see you have something on the top. Okay. Yeah. And a little down. Yes.
perfect.
Perfect.
So this, I just prepared two properties for you guys to compare, right? So this is in East Elmhurst, this is in Queens, very close to Manhattan, literally 15-minute drive to Manhattan, right? And what you can get for $898,000. It's just hit the market. It's a single family, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Sean, can you see the photos?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously, attached from both sides, brick, duplex, over a basement. Nice size house, but it costs you about $900,000.
Wow.
Right, super clean. This is your living room with the dining room. You've got, all tile foyer, nice size kitchen, open granite countertops, right? Good space, no question asked, but $900,000.
Okay,
Right?
gotcha.
3 bedrooms upstairs, typical duplex with a basement. You've got a little backyard. Got a finished basement. People use it as man's cave, office space, extra room, right? Washer and dryer. Got a nice deck in the back that leads you to a tiny backyard. This is your backyard.
Right. Okay, that's a townhouse. Yeah.
$900,000 in Queens. You're looking about 15 minutes commute to Manhattan, right? So now people think twice. If I can get this in a city, and I'll give you a comparison, you drive out to about 45 minutes to Hicksville, which is a hot spot right now. I'm just going to go to the first picture. Give me a sec, guys. You drive out to Hicksville, which is in Nassau County, which is a little Long Island, suburban part. Now, number one, you don't have to pay New York City income tax. You're saving right off the bat 3 to 4% on your income taxes. And look what you can get for $679,000. So that's $200,000 less, right? $100,000 will reflect on your monthly payment, give or take about $450. So $200,000, that's about $900 less in monthly payments. Look what you get a real home, right? Fully detached.
Yeah.
Fully detached. Same amount of bedrooms.
Yeah.
Look at that space.
Yeah. And driving doesn't matter these days because, as you say, people are working from the office maybe 2 days a week or something, mostly from home.
Correct. So, I mean, look at that space. You get probably, I would say, about 50% more space.
Yeah.
Look at the size of the rooms.
It's a huge home.
Yeah, it's a huge home. You pay $200,000 less. It costs you $900 less on the monthly payment just in the mortgage. Of course, the taxes are going to be a bit higher, but you're saving 3 to 4% on your New York City taxes. So that's one of the reasons why people are really getting out of the city. I mean, look at the backyard.
Yeah,
it's actual backyard, right? So this is what people are seeking. They're seeking a space for the kids. They're seeking more of a, family
life. Yeah, more life. They want to live the life. Yeah.
So that's what we see. A lot of people getting out of the city. Of course, there's still a lot of buyers. They want to have the convenience of being in a city. They want to be convenient of walking within 5 minutes, being able to eat and shop, and being in Manhattan in 15 minutes, right? But we see a lot of people getting out of the city. Next thing I prepare for you, Sean, I wanted to show you some, because we do have weekly updates on Queens and Nassau. I want to show you something very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see if that's what's happening down in Florida too. Let me just go to my slide right here. So let's go with Queens first. I'm just gonna focus on a single family. You see the slide good?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So every single week we run these updates for our clients, and basically when you look at here, this is your new listing inventory, right?
Okay.
So at the beginning of October, we had 127 new single family homes in 1 week hit the market, right?
Okay.
A week later, 120 homes hit the market. And when you compare it to last year, it was about 90. So you're looking at about, on average, 30% increase in inventory. 30% increase in inventory from year over year, right? So that's another sign of people really getting out of the city, right? When you look at the contracts, look at 110 contracts a first week of October. When you compare it to last year, only 68.
Okay, so more people are buying right now. Wow.
Correct, because of the interest rate. So even though it's a city, we had 110. That was a great week. The week later was at 72, which was comparable to the last year week, right? But still, people are still transacting. It's not like people are not buying in a city, right? I mean, when you compare these 2 weeks, it's identical. Yet that week before, that was a big jump of another 30%, right? The sold ones, we still lagging because of the COVID, right? Things are taking a little longer with the title companies. The banks are super jam-packed now with all the refinances. So they're taking a bit longer. So I don't really pay attention to this. But that you can see Queens is still very healthy, right? But when I show you Nassau now, let me go to Nassau. Look at this. So this is Nassau County.
Okay.
234 properties last year, comparing to 326, comparing to the first week of October, 386. Look at that jump in inventory. It's incredible, right? That's almost 50%. Almost 50% up in inventory.
Right.
Over here, it's about 40% up, right? Look at this. Look at the contract spending. 326 first week to 315 to only 213 a year ago.
Right.
So that you can see that demand coming from a city, it's enormous.
Right.
100 homes more in contract in 1 week. I mean, do the math. That's a 50% increase in contracts. Right? When you look at the sold ones, that's about another 50%, right? Give or take, about 40% in sold. Look at the prices. Average price was $622 last year. Right now it's about $751 to $712.
Yeah. It's a huge improvement.
Yeah, I just stopped sharing, right? So we do these updates every single week, and it's amazing to see what's happening, especially out in Nassau County. Queens have always appreciated much faster than Nassau County, but we're projecting next couple of years it's going to be the other way around.
Yeah. Now
So
let me tell you something. Are you seeing like some people from any other state, not from Florida? I know that the movement is from New York to Florida because a lot of people they're retiring. They are coming. They want to live by the beach. They want an affordable price. Like for example, the house you showed for $750,000 in Florida, you can in $500,000 or $450, you can get a nice home with the pool and so. So
I just had one of my clients. We just sold a property here in Queens. We got them, I think it was about 650, tiny home, beautiful home, but small home, 3 bedroom. They moved out to Miami and they bought a beautiful home off the canal for like $450,000. So they're enjoying the sun, they're in the pool,
yeah,
and $200,000 less. You're looking about $900 less a month.
and these are the area. These are the area you're talking about in South Florida, like access to everything, close to the highways and close to downtown and so. Now, if you go to little suburb, then prices goes drastically down. Like in $350,000, you can get a huge home over there. Now, my question is, do you still see people from another state? It can be maybe Connecticut, maybe or maybe Canada. Do you see people moving to New York, and what are the reason if they're moving to?
Not really. I mean, we help about. I run a small team. It's 5 of us. We help about a family a week. We sell about every single week. We sell a property, and mostly, Sean, it's just locals. It's just people who are renting, getting into their first homes, taking advantage of the low rates, or it's folks they either getting into something bigger, selling an apartment, getting into a single family home, or a lot of people downsizing, right? Empty nesters, getting from a big homes to a small apartments. So I'd say it's mostly locals.
Now,
here and there, we have some people, they're coming for jobs, right? Because, New York City, obviously, it's a very healthy job market. A lot of professionals, financial district, Wall Street, right? A lot of big corporations. So here and there, we see people moving from a different states for job opportunities. But I would say 90 to 95% is just local people transacting.
Okay, so what will be your message? Like if someone on the fence, it can be a tenant who are renting for years, or it can be someone, maybe living in a smaller home. Right now, this morning I saw the interest rate is 2.81% this week, like for a 30-year mortgage. So what will be your message for someone who is on the fence, because this opportunity, I believe, is not going to be there for long time, So
we always tell buyers. You talk about buyers, right? So we'll even sellers, right? At the end of the day, it is a time of an uncertainty, right? Elections around the corner. Pandemic is still, super, super high. I always tell our buyers, do you have a solid employment, right? Do you think you'll be working in the next couple of years?
Yeah.
Right. If the answer is yes, if you have a solid government job, city job, even a private job, but it's a solid job and you'll have it the next couple of years. And number two, we always focus on the monthly payments. Yeah. So we don't care about the price of the home. We don't care about the taxes. We break it down to your monthly payment. So if that monthly payment is something that's super affordable and maybe a little more than what you're paying now for your rent, you're always better off owning your own property, right? Because not only will it appreciate, you have a nice, tax deductions, right, that you can help bring your taxable income lower, especially if you're buying a multifamily, right? So, private home ownership, there's nothing like it. Yeah. So if you have a solid job, number one, and number two, focus on your monthly payment. If your monthly payment is slightly higher, or if shown the same what you're even renting, it's just no brainer because you're already making the payment.
Yeah.
We believe the prices will only appreciate in New York City and the suburban areas. We don't see any single reason for the prices to come down, right? So very healthy interest rates, very strong demand, right? We'll see what happens next year with the COVID, but as soon as the vaccine's out, hopefully by, we don't know, but we're hoping maybe by summer next year, we should all be fine. So get off the fence. I mean, if you're in a position to buy, you got good employment, and you can afford the monthly payments, it's no brainer.
Yeah, true. It's true. Now, I'm doing real estate here in South Florida over 20 years. I never saw this low interest rate. And I'm going to tell you in 2004, 2005, when market was high here, the interest rate was in fives, like maybe 4.5, the lowest. And that was a good interest rate that time. And now being below 3 is awesome.
I remember when my dad bought his first property, the interest rate was 11%.
Which year was that?
Back in 90s, right? And he didn't care because he was only focused on one thing: do I afford the monthly payment?
Right.
Is it something sustainable, right? Am I going to be able to have a life? Will I be able to travel, save money for the family, right? So
Right.
folks, just focus on the monthly payment. That's the bottom line.
100%.
And a lot of people refinancing, and everybody should look into a refi. I have a lot of clients tapping into their equities because what happened in last 7-8 years, people had built up tremendous equities in the property. So I have a lot of clients tapping into their equity, taking money out of the properties and buying another property as an investment.
Yeah.
You have equity sitting in your property, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, which is not working for you. Tap into it. Take it at the rate, buy yourself another property, and have the property pay for that equity and your lifestyle, right? So we see that a lot as well.
Yeah, that is a great idea. So if someone bought a property like 5 years or 7 years or whatever, even 3 years back, they already have the equity built up, and this is the time to either refinance or get a line of credit and invest that money. Don't spend like over improve the house. That's not going to give you the money because you're living in the house. Rather buy another property, maybe a condo or maybe a multi-unit property and rent it out. Yeah, and that's going to build up the portfolio for the future.
100%. Yeah, we do a lot of these cash out refinances. Yeah, the interest rate is slightly higher, but still, you might be getting 3 to 3.25, and you might be able to have $200,000-$300,000 at your disposal, right? That you can go and buy another investment property that's cash flow positive. So now you're doubling, sometimes tripling your real estate portfolio, which is amazing to do. So this is definitely the time to do that.
Yeah, 100%. I'll tell our audience, if you have any other question you need to know, just do a comment here in the video. If you're watching, just do a comment, put your email address. Probably you can send Raja and myself. We are very good with the returning message, so you can DM us, and we'll be available to answer any question with real estate. Raja is doing real estate for years in New York, and also you also know some market about the Texas also, isn't it, Raja?
Correct. Yeah, I've been selling New York City for past 16. I'm an investor myself too, so big on investments, big on building obviously generation wealth. So if anybody has a question about buying a multifamily, breaking it down, return on the investment, right? Of course, by all means, you can go to my YouTube channel, Raja Tayeb, where you have great series of videos, educational, that can help you as well. Yeah, and Texas, I do have family living in Texas, great market too, right? Obviously, same way why people moving to Florida, right? You get so much more for your money.
Yeah.
Bottom line, the weather's nicer, right? Job opportunities. So we see a lot of people moving down to Florida, people moving to Texas, people moving to Carolina, people moving to Atlanta. We see a lot of people moving to a different state where they get so much more for their money. Especially like states when you have no state taxes, like Florida and Texas, it's always a no-brainer.
Yeah, it is. So Raja, definitely is good to know the inside story about particular city, like especially you are in Queens, New York, and Nassau County. So it's thank you very much for giving us that insight.
I'm sure it's in your marketplace the same thing, right? I mean, the closer to the city you are, the less you get for your money. The further out you go, the more you get for your money. So it really comes down evading the commute, the taxes. What's the most important for the family?
Exactly, and also the situation right now. So you got to take advantage of what's going on right now, and what are we expecting? Because now the new norm is working from home. Most of the people, and I'll tell you, for our real estate, we used to only get people on the phone either early in the morning or late in the afternoon. But now we call like midday, people are picking up the phone. So it's a different age, different time. and we have to go with the new style of life, take advantage of maybe getting that bigger home with a backyard, with a pool or on the water, or whatever the family need, and then just go for it, take advantage of the low interest rate. And so thanks, Raja, for all the great information you provided. And I'll definitely catch up with you another day with update for sure, and then maybe some insight on the Texas where you are. You started selling also. It's been what, like almost 2 years you are in Texas also?
I don't sell in Texas. We only sell in New York City.
Okay, you're only selling. Okay, so
Yeah.
but your family is there. Okay, I got you.
More than enough busy in New York City. That's what we know. That's what we understand. So just New York City.
Okay, New York. Perfect. Thank you very much, Raja. We'll catch up, and then stay well, serve more people, and our job is to give education to the people what they don't know about the real estate, what we earned, all the decades of real estate experience, and we are happy to help. Any information anyone need, please make a comment, reach out to us, DM us, PM us, and we'll reach definitely. Thank you. Take care.
Take it easy.
Bye bye.